live at the Rocky Harbor Resort, site of some strange goings-on in recent days. Tonight, though, all that seems forgotten.
Start somewhere.
Yeah! Here's another one for you. We didn't start the fire.
That's the Joe.
Really? Where?
Hello, Newport Cove. How's the food? All right. That's what our chefs like to hear. Folks, this amazing building here has a lot of great history, just like this town.
But not all of that history is right, and it's time the people of this town knew the truth.
Many of you may have heard the accusations that Chef Edward Duflay, the man who built this inn, and many say this town, was a traitor to his country.
Well, we have some new information.
Information that someone here tonight doesn't want you to have.
Threatening to reveal the truth about Chef Edward did the trick.
Now let's see who this red ghost really is. Noseworthy.
No, Scooby. Mr. Noseworthy helped us shut down the drone, remember?
Oh, yeah. Chef Sue.
What? No, of course not. Chef Sue may be tough, but she's not great.
Senor Man is right. Chef Sue is.
What? You didn't cook? That's something.
So if it isn't Noseworthy or Chef Sue, and it isn't Skip Taylor...
Wait a minute, I was a suspect?
No. If it isn't them, then who is it?
The person who is controlling the Red Ghost drone from his smartphone throughout his stay here.
Bradley Blass, the real estate investor.
Of course. No wonder he wanted those parchment papers so badly.
Papers that prove that Chef Edward Duflay, the hero of Newport Cove, wasn't a patriot at all, but a spy for the British. You see, Blass was in a bind. He wanted to buy the inn cheap, but he didn't want to damage Duflay's reputation and keep tourists away.
So he thought the Red Ghost scare would motivate me to sell.
But he was just trading one set of bad news for another. Oh, and I'm not really Elton John. I'm TV's Skip Taylor, your history's greatest monster.
If Blacks wanted to run this place, why scare all the tourists away? As someone who studies real estate transactions in her spare time, I can tell you that's weird.
Because, Miss De Laurentiis, this man is not in real estate, or even named Bradley Blacks.
Well, of course that's my name. This is preposterous.
Henry Metcalf.
The historian. Metcalf spent his life building a career around the story of Chef Edward as the hero of Newport Cove. But, at some point, he must have stumbled upon the truth.
But he couldn't let it get out. The Dufresne myth built this town, its families, and his own life's work. He needed to protect it.
Somewhere in his research, he must have found evidence that the Noseworthies were right and that Edward Dufresne was a traitor. And when he heard Chef Edward's descendant, Bobby Flay, was coming to town and restoring the place, he became frightened. Metcalf, like Noseworthy, believed the legend that, hidden in the inn, there was a set of personal papers written in Dufresne's hand that would incriminate him.
Oh, it would only be a matter of time before someone found them.
But what Metcalf didn't know, thanks to some 18th century invisible spy tactics, was that the handwritten personal papers were the very stack of parchment sheets Metcalf himself gave Bobby.
Not until I overheard you kids in the kitchen.
He didn't want his life's work to be in service to a turncoat, so he brought the Red Ghost to life to scare away guests, close the inn, and keep the secret.
And I would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for you.
Hold on, we're not quite there yet. There's one piece of information that even you don't know, Henry, and it's something I think Bobby, Fred, and the people of Newport Cove deserve to hear. I did a more in-depth analysis of our cookie parchment, and I believe when we analyze the rest, we'll come to the same conclusion. You see, by studying the history books, we know exactly where General Washington's troops were and how they moved when this was written. But that's not what Chef Edward wrote here. The information here, which was to be passed on to a British soldier or spy, is false.
Well, this keeps getting better and better.
The people of Newport Cove will be glad to know that Chef Edward Dufresne wasn't working for the British, but for General Washington himself, who no doubt thought a respected chef would be the perfect man to feed his enemy fake intel to throw them off balance.
And that means Edward Dufresne was a patriot and a hero.
Dufresne is innocent? What? The red cloaks, the quadcopter, the electromagnet, years of meticulous planning. It was all for nothing?
I wouldn't say nothing. The resort got a ton of free publicity.
And the food's been out of this room. Right past the ribs, Scoob.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Well, I guess this is it.
Freddie, I can't thank you and your friends enough for saving both the inn and the family name.
So long, Flay.
Mr. Noseworthy is still leaving?
Yeah, we tried to talk him into staying. But since there's now a position open at the Historical Society, he's giving that a go.
He might just have a no say for it.
We named you guys something. In honor of Chef Edward, we packed you a picnic basket full of to-go sandwiches.
They're all wrapped in parchment.
Regular parchment. No hidden messages.
Unless you count the stuff Chef Sue spelled out in mustard.
Bye, everyone. So long.
Have a safe trip.
Like, excuse me, but I'm still a little fuzzy on one thing.
What's that, Shaggy?
If there was no such thing as the Red Ghost, what was Chef Edward shouting the night he disappeared?
What?
I suspect he was found out. When the British discovered he was feeding them false intelligence,
They came to take him away.
he wasn't shouting Red Ghost. He was shouting Red Coats, a popular term for English soldiers back then. What's even more interesting is that at the time, most people...
Keep it down. I'm trying to get some sleep here.
Boy, that Skip Taylor is really something.
He really is.